Hello, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and it is my great pleasure today to introduce you to one of our contributors of Inspired Connections. Firstly, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Crystal Hill. I'm the founder of Hill House Publishing, and we are in the launch preparations for Inspired Connections. And Bea-Marie is a holistic success coach from Germany, specializing on working with women, helping them step into and embody their superpower. Welcome on the show, not on the show, on this conversation. Nice to have you here.
Thank you so much. I was looking forward to this.
Wonderful. Now, Bea, tell me what it is that made you say, yes, I have to come into this book. I have to share my story.
Well, especially the title, Inspired Connections. I think the pandemic was a real eye opener for all of us because we have been so isolated in our lives, not physically, but mentally, that when the pandemic hit and we had to isolate physically, we discovered how disconnected we actually were. And so Inspired Connection really inspired me to look at all the connections that I have also with myself and also the journey, like where I came from. And this is also part of the chapter that I'm writing that I wrote because I wrote it already. That the feeling of everything is okay, but then when you look underneath the surface, no, it's actually not okay. I'm completely disconnected from myself, from what I want, from why I came onto this earth, what I was sent here to do, or the purpose that I put for myself, that, something that I wanted to create in this world. And so through the process of Inspired Connections and through the process of writing the chapter, I really again came in contact with the disconnection that I had, discovered how far I have come and how deep I can actually go. And this was a real eye opener for me to really dive even deeper into the connection that I have with myself. Because I believe that we are like onions, there are layers and layers and layers. And at some point you think like, oh, now my eyes are really burning. I must be at the center. But then you're just hitting a plateau and then you're going even deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And this process really freed me a lot because it was like this, whoa, okay, another one, okay, another one. And the more I dove deep, it was easier. It was easier to dive deep. When, at some point you're like, oh no, this hurts so much, I cannot go any further. This must be the center of it all. But then it was like, okay, I went through this, and then it was like more like floating, and the layers fell and just peeled off naturally at some point. And so this whole writing process really, yes, thank you, Crystal, for having me as one of the authors, because it was an amazing process for me.
I really love how you're describing that. We think we've done the work, and we have, but it's the spiral of ascension. There's layers and layers and layers. I know you beautifully said it about the unpeeling of the onion. And writing really has the power to do that. It's like acts as an activator, doesn't it? To really make us think and dive even deeper into it, and seeing our lives through the lens of a particular title, a particular theme. So I love how you just described that. What is it that you loved particularly? Hi, Heather. Thank you for joining us. What was it in particular? You've already mentioned, it's helped you to deepen into your inspired connections in your life, and therefore you're probably showing up differently for your clients now, and you can take them deeper now as well.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that, for somebody who hasn't gone into this journey, and yeah, feel free to share that point as well, but I'll just finish the question, who hasn't gone through this journey, why you would recommend this particular, like Hill House Publishing, me as a publisher, as the space holder for this? What is there anything that you would want to say about that, how that's been for you?
Yeah. Because for a long time, I thought I couldn't write. I thought of myself more as a
You couldn't.
speaker. Yeah, I just can't. It's like I don't have anything to say, or when I write it down, it just doesn't sound good. It sounds like I'm a first grader just learning how to talk, basically. And and for some reason, I got attracted to Inspired Connection. I got attracted to you because we had this talk and you made me feel so comfortable and you make me feel so safe that I felt like, okay, I think in this container I can do it. And I felt like, okay, and even if I crash and burn, there is somebody who's sympathetic, who is empathic, and who will, catch me in a way and help me through that. And yeah, so that's why I was like, okay, I think I can do this. And coming back to the process, it was like this first brain dump, as you called it, because I remember one of the calls where I'm just like, this is all shit. Sorry for, can I cut on this? But it was like, this is all crap. This doesn't work. There's nothing. And you were like, this is just a brain dump. You're just getting out information that otherwise distracts you. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And it was like that. And having somebody guide you through the process instead of saying, hey, here's $1,000, write a book. This process here was so much more worth it because it actually helped me and guided me and kept me safe and sane for that matter.
Yes, I remember. I remember that because for those of you who don't know, listening or watching, we do weekly writers' labs or connection calls where people can come in saying where they're at with their writing, and I remember you came in one day, it's like nothing's coming out. It's like I've already told you everything and I've got nothing left. What is it? I was like, okay, let's just reel it back. Let's bring it back in here. And then I reflected it back to you and said, okay, so here's what I remember you sharing. And then from there, it opened all up again. And what you wrote, what came out is just so beautiful. But yeah, I think it was because I was believing in you so that you could believe in yourself again and it could come out. And yeah, I just love your chapter and I love the metaphors and the way you presented, that particular, the lens through which you looked at people wearing masks. And yeah, I can't wait to share that with everyone as well. And thank you for that feedback. Is there, because I don't want to go too long, is there anything, who would you recommend this journey to? Who we've got Beyond Certainty coming up as the next book that's open for enrollments for people who want to join, and that's called Beyond Certainty, Finding the Courage to Embrace the Unknown. So that's our next title. Who would you recommend would come into a container like this?
Basically everyone. Everyone who's living, because everybody has a story and everybody has embraced uncertainty in some point, in some way, shape, or form. And to overcome this, to step into the unknown, to step out of your comfort zone is a process, and even if for some people, it's like, yeah, that's nothing, no. If you really reflect on this, how you stepped outside, even if it was just this, and you stepped, but this process of what it did to your body, how the thoughts that you were thinking, the belief systems that you shattered to actually step out of that and into the unknown and embraced the impossible in that case is just, so if you have ever done this and there's nobody on earth who hasn't, this is your container, this is your book, this is your chapter to write.
Yeah, because as you so beautifully put it earlier, it's like a deep dive into that theme. So if anybody out there wants to get more comfortable with the unknown, this is the book to do it in. And this is the container for it, because you're not going to be alone, as Bea, you so beautifully shared. So yeah, thank you for having this conversation. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for your contribution to this book. I cannot wait. It's still 6 weeks or so to go before we launch, and then we have a whole other conversation about what happened after and how it feels to become an international best-selling author. But for now, thank you very much, and thank you everyone for listening, for watching. And if you're inspired by what Bea-Marie has shared about this journey, let's talk. Send me a message. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Thank you.